Well, we still don't have enough experience to see what the paint shop looks like. What's our next job here? Just a very basic Mayan M6. This looks like an SUV. So it's got some brake issues and it's loud when accelerating. This is actually going to be an easy job. Because brakes are easy to identify, exhaust is really easy to identify. So, the color is okay. I can see why it's like a family car. I don't really get... You know what? Maybe this is like a turn signal on the windows here. So I guess... Or on the mirrors, rather. So I guess that's alright. Again, I'm seeing some of the brown, particularly on the steering wheel here. This is... ugly. I don't want to drive this. Oh, the trunk is kind of... Well... I mean, I say that we're not like a tall person, but I guess we can see directly over this car. So maybe just cars are really small in this world. That's a lot of brake parts that are bad, but not a whole lot of exhaust parts. And I already saw one of them, so... On to the lifter you go. Will get us enough experience to get us over the limit. I can already see some of the brake parts here. Okay, off you go. All rims are 5. I kind of like the pattern of this rim, actually. I wish it weren't as see-through, I guess. Okay, well these calipers are very clearly bad. This is another car that is generally like in really good shape. So these pads actually might be fine. Yeah. Everything on this side actually looks fine. So let's go ahead and... Are we going to be able to take this off? Nope, it is attached to something else, huh? What are you attached to? I guess we have to take off this. This isn't the water pump. This is the alternator? What a strange... I kind of want to take care of that first, because it's bothering me. I'm not going to be able to focus if that nasty exhaust pipe is in there. Okay, I guess I can just take this off here. I mean, I feel like we're... Oh. We should have just been able to unscrew the pipe, but maybe in a later game they let you do that. Just out of curiosity. That was indeed the... No, that was the turbocharger. Why does this SUV have turbo in it? Where do you got... What sort of soccer practice do you need to take your kids to that you need to get there very fast? Great song. I didn't take a look on the other side if the shock absorber was bad. I think it's probably fine. These pads, even though they're in pristine condition, are going to have to come off so I can get this ventilated disc off. This is fine. I think that's everything on this half of the car. And this one I'm okay with calling a car. Okay, can I maybe get back to this part here? Yeah, this rear muffler, bad. We'll go ahead and take this rim off. Alright. These pads do look bad. The calipers for sure. Is this going to be like a 4 caliper job? 4 out of 4 calipers need replacement. Everything else over here looks fine. So let's go ahead. This is a 4 out of 4 caliper job. Look at this pristine rim. If only it were just less like see-through into the into the brakes. Those pads seem fine, but this disc doesn't. We must have found everything by now. I guess not. Maybe this? No. So I put that back in then. Maybe I missed something at the front. Does this have an ABS system? Yeah, right here. Yep. Yep. I don't know what the correct order of... I guess replacing the ABS last is going to be the correct order. Where is it? There it is. Well, that's good. That's going to make this, even though it's a quick job, a good money job. There it is. Okay. This one I'm just going to order while we're here. So 4 calipers, a disc, ventilated disc, and a pads. Okay. ABS. I forget, it was the module that needed to be replaced. This is an expensive part, let's double check. ABS module. Brake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ventilated disc, pads. And then exhaust section, turbo, and rear muffler I4. Turbo. Front exhaust section. And then rear muffler I4. That's an expensive part. All right. Okay, let's, well, you know what? While we're at the top of the car, we may as well just replace this while it's at the top of our mind. Top of the car to you. I made that joke and it wasn't good the first time. I wrote it down as like, oh, that's going to be the name of episode 10. And then it just, not a funny joke. Wasn't good. Didn't feel good about it. Being called Typhoid Breadfiesta was funnier. I thought, at least. Great rear muffler. Let's go ahead and put... Well, all the calipers are going to need to be replaced, so we'll go ahead and put the good brake pads here. And, you know what, since these have the best system, I think this is where the bad rims were anyway. Bad. 77%. Still a really good threshold. These are nice cars to work on, just because it's really easy to visually identify this stuff. You. Looks good. You can go here. Alright, next over here, we need some ventilated brake discs. Now, I wonder why, like, what does the ventilation of a brake disc really do? And why are most of the cars that we worked on, like the front discs are ventilated, but the back discs are not? Like, ventilated, I imagine, lets air in, right? That's what it means in any other context. But like the front of the car is often where like all the exhaust and stuff is. That's where the engine is. So like, why would you want to ventilate the discs that are closest to the exhaust? Like, you're getting bad air. right? Like that. I mean, I could very well be wrong about thinking about that. I'm not a car engineer simulator. I'm just a car mechanic simulator. I need to lower you. All the bad parts are good now, but we're still missing a part in that I have to put the turbocharger back on. And I think that's it, just the 5. Maybe. Yes. Inventory should be all junk here, so... Alright, let's review. Yeah, look at that. That was a really quick job, and we're making $1,500-ish off of it. Acceptable. Plus now, we've got a couple of things here. We have an upgrade point, and we also have enough experience to see... Alright, our current funds are 17K, just shy of 18K, and we need only 10K for the paint shop? That's inexpensive! Okay. Hold up. 17. Here's what we're going to do, because I would like to get a couple more funds here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the repair tools as my upgrade. I would love to get to 20K before we get the paint shop. And our next job probably is not a bodywork one. Oh no, actually we can't do our next job. So both of the jobs we have available are bodywork, and they require, you know, repainting or spraying it the factory color. So we need the paint shop. But I would like to have at least $10,000 left over after we purchase the paint shop, just as like a buffer. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do something new here. I'm going to go over here. We don't have a car in our garage, so we can't go to the test track or the drag strip. We could go to the auction center, but that's just spending money. We are actually going to do one of the DLC, which is the car stripping mod. Entry fee is $1,000. That's... Alright. Gotta spend money to make money. I liked kind of the timing of that, where the song was when we left the garage. That's going to make coming back to the garage very fun. But with the repair tools, this car stripping might actually get us the funds that we need. Alright, so here we are at the junkyard. This is kind of, if you recall, I'm glad we have brand liquid here. You can get something to drink here, some cider. That's alcohol, isn't it? No, we don't need that. I don't want the head of HR simulator to get mad at us again. The camera, that's nice. This isn't great. The reflection drawing is kind of weird, but yeah, so this is the junkyard. And what we can do here actually is we're given the opportunity. We pay $1,000 to the owner of the junkyard, and they give us just some car that they've got here, and we can basically just strip it for parts. Can we leave? This is big enough for us to leave, but we cannot leave. So no running away. We can't just pay $1,000 and then just disappear off the grid. But basically, this is just sort of a, you know, if you're real upset. The interior of the car is always pristine, but well, the benefit here is you can see up in the top right, there are 112 parts in this car that are salvageable, and we are trying to recoup our losses. So we are currently at a net expense of $1,000. So let's just go ahead. Let's, for example, take the hood off, because the hood looked like it was in really good shape. That hood's worth $239. That's pretty good. We can take the bumper off. $167. Not bad. We'll take off as many of the body parts as we can. This looks like it's in really good shape. $261. Rear bumper. That looked in okay shape. $92. $47 for that. This looks, you can tell it's kind of rusty. $72 for that rear trunk. This door looks fine. $248. See, we've already recouped our losses here. Get this front headlight. Not great condition, but that's fine. That all the body parts I think we can take off. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the top of the car here. Looks like we got... Oh, that clip was still worth $5, huh? That one's still worth $4. That one is junk, so it's not worth anything. That one's worth $2. Air filter is going to be worth nothing. No, still worth $4 somehow. Don't know who would buy that, but... Take off the hood, or the head of the engine block. Some of these parts are going to be worth so little that the bolts themselves are worth more. But even then, a bad engine block head is still worth $211. That piston was okay. These pistons are still worth a lot, or a fair amount. Reach into there. Unsurprisingly, the ABS system, long gone. Battery is okay. Anything else we can remove at the top of the car? Well, the radiator. Oh, not bad, not bad. I think that's all. Well, brake servo. $190. That's good. No checking the oil in this thing. It's out. Okay, I think that's all we can get from that. We'll use this old-timey lifter, which I guess works just as well as our new-timey ones, except we can really tell that we are much shorter. This is an environment made for taller people. Yeah, bolts are in phenomenal condition. But this is a chance, because you might find a part that's just in pristine condition here. So you can kind of save that in your inventory for later. Saves you an expense when you're working on a car. Okay. No random parts, just missing. Gone with that. This looks to be in terrible condition. I don't even believe we can go into like examine mode here. Yeah, we can't. It's just you remove everything that you find. And we still got 80 parts to go. So it's like a little bit of a puzzle, except that you're just de-stressing here. You just get into Zen mode, and you just take out everything that you can find and everything that you can see. And once you got it all, then you get to go home. I mean, I guess you could go home sooner. There's nothing keeping you. If you really are okay with losing profits, I feel like we've just removed a lot of parts of car that were not worth anything. Yeah, that knuckles are usually worth a fair amount, so for that to be not worth anything is kind of surprising. The steering rack is unfortunately looking pretty bad, so we're probably not going to get a lot of money out of that. Let's get the shock absorber off. Oh, tire rim. There wasn't even a rubber bushing on that part. Calipers, awful. Oh, not super bad. The pads were better. That's right, drive axle. Bearing. Wheel hub. Okay. Sway bar front end link. Shock absorber. Maybe it's a little test too of just like what parts of the car do you recognize. Lower suspension arm. tie rods. Alright, so steering rack is normally like an $800 part. So let's see how much this is worth. Nothing. Big bummer there. That knuckle out of there. I feel like that rubber bushing was worth a fair amount for some reason. Not often you have to work on suspension parts, but a $309 part, that'll do. Alright, what's keeping the suspension on here? Or not the suspension, the transmission rather. Exhaust. Alright, drive shaft. This looks real bad, so I'm guessing this isn't going to be worth anything. If it's worth anything, it's probably pennies. Oh, $151. Not bad. Alright, gearbox. This is another part that's often worth a lot of money and just looks to be bad, so probably not going to be worth it. $310. I need to stop selling myself short here because we spent $1,000. We've already made $4,000. And we still got a few dozen parts to go. I believe that's all the transmission parts. I think we need to get these out of here. Taking the engine block out is going to be our last part, I think. Take this out. Yeah, because we'll have to lower the car to get that one. Let's get the stuff off the back. These rims are kind of basic. I don't really like them, even if they were in good condition. That one wasn't even worth anything. Okay. Get these drive axles out of here. These all look garbage. But, I don't know. Little things seem to be slowly adding up. So, go. Suspension arm. Oh, I guess it's attached over here. Okay. Rear muffler, exhaust, fuel pump, fuel tank, $202. I'll take it. Shock absorber, shock absorber, shock absorber. Those all just sit in the car, I guess. Sway bar, rear end link. Not worth anything. Not worth very much to begin with anyway. Shock absorber. Look at this other suspension part, I guess. Okay. Oh, we're already at 4K. Or I guess 5K. Though the numbers are counting down here. It's a rubber bushing, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't even see what type of car this is. It looked very similar, actually, to the one we just worked on. So hopefully this car didn't get into a wreck in the 5 minutes it took us to salivate over how inexpensive the paint shop was. Shock, shock, shock. Alright, 11 parts left. Shock absorber. Yeah, this side didn't even have a rim on it. Already been picked apart a little bit, but not by somebody with a good eye, because they were leaving literal thousands of dollars on the table here. Or not on the table, on the lifter. Let's, I guess for the first time, actually look at the bolts that we're removing. Okay, after we get this part, everything else looks like it's going to be, well, save for this bushing. But everything else looks like it's going to be in decent enough condition. All right, 4, 3, 2. Well, I know the engine block, but I guess there is another part that I missed. Probably a body part somewhere. Oh, here. Alright, and then the engine block makes 100 and something. $871 for that engine block. So we have made a total of $7,213. Congratulations to us. Okay, no, we have to go. We leave through a door. No, we leave by returning to garage. Great. So, yeah, nothing we found was over 78%, so that's why everything had rust. We have the option to just sell everything and just get that 70K right away, but we're actually going to keep the parts because now that we have the repair tools, we can actually go over to this bench here and we can try to repair some of this stuff. So, like, I'm going to start with... We can't repair everything, so some stuff is just... There's no chance. But, like, some of this... We did! So we managed to repair that brake caliper. It's now up to 67%. That's worth more money. Alright, and if we fail to repair it, then it just drops down to 0. Alright, no good there. Alright, 30%, that's not great. 38%, that's not great. I'm going to repair everything up to, I guess... Wow, we're doing a real bad job, huh? Maybe everything underneath 50%. So let's try with some of these things. Wow, 50% is, I mean... Oh, something got repaired to 100%, huh? Yeah, because now in our inventory, like, we'll have a bunch of junk in here, but if we try to sell everything, 5,600, because sell junk only sells, I guess, things that are junk. It's not going to sell the things that we just repaired to perfect condition. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell everything. Or maybe some of the stuff we destroyed was actually worth a fair amount of money, so... That did not work out as well for us, perhaps, as I wanted it to. But in the end, we got ourselves over that 20K that I was looking for. So let's go ahead and build us a paint shop. That was easy. All right. There's no car in here. Well, let's move a car in there then.